So dear students, today I am going to present the last part of the first unit. As first unit is host-parasite relationship and its last components are reservoirs and zoonosis. So let's start from the reservoir host. Primary host that harbors the pathogen but shows no ill effects and serves as a source of infection. A reservoir is usually a living host of a certain species such as an animal or a plant inside of which a pathogen survives, often without causing disease for the reservoir itself. Reservoir hosts do not get the disease or it is asymptomatic and non-lethal. So human reservoirs may or may not show the effects of illness. A carrier is a person with inapparent infection who is capable of transmitting the pathogen to others. Asymptomatic or passive healthy carriers are those who never experience symptoms despite being infected. Carriers commonly transmit disease because they do not realize they are infected and consequently take no special precautions to prevent transmission. So if you see the chain of infection, the reservoir host plays an important role in the chain of infection. So this pic showing the animals who behave as a reservoir host. So human reservoirs are human beings infected by pathogens that exist on or within the human body. Poliomyelitis and smallpox may be present within a human reservoir. Humans can act as reservoirs for the sexually transmitted diseases, measles, mumps, streptococcal infection, various respiratory pathogens, and smallpox virus. Animal or non-human reservoirs consist of domesticated and wild animals infected by pathogens. Common animal reservoirs include bats, rodents, cows, pig, sheep, swine, rabbits, raccoon, dogs, and other mammals. Environmental reservoirs such as plants, soil, and water in the environment are also reservoirs for some infectious agents. Then modes of transmission. An infectious agent may be transmitted from its natural reservoir to a susceptible host in different ways, either by direct contact or by indirect. In case of direct, it may be through direct contact or droplet spread, and in case of indirect, it may spread by airborne, vehicle-borne, or vector-borne. Direct contact occurs through skin-to-skin contact. Droplets spread by aerosols produced during sneezing, coughing, or even talking. Direct contact also refers to contact with soil or vegetation harboring infectious organisms. Indirect transmission refers to the transfer of an infectious agent from a reservoir to a host by suspended air particles, inanimate objects or vehicles, or by vectors. Vectors such as mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks may carry an infectious agent through purely mechanical means. Then the term zoonosis. So a zoonosis is any disease or infection that is naturally transmissible from vertebrate animals to humans. So zoonosis is another name for a zoonotic disease. This type of disease passes from an animal to a human. The type of zoonosis include those caused by virus, bacteria, fungus, and parasite, etc. So you can see that zoonosis, how the infectious agents in vertebrate animals, they are transmitted to the human beings. Then there are several causes: virus, parasite, bacteria, and fungi. These are the causes. If you see the classification of zoonosis, they may be of different kinds: direct zoonosis, cyclozoonosis, metazoonosis, saprozoonosis, anthrazoonosis, zooanthroponosis, and amphizoonosis. So zoonotic diseases spread by mosquito and ticks are some of the most serious of these diseases. So there are some kinds of the diseases named as animal flu, anthrax, bird flu, bovine tuberculosis, cysticercosis, dengue flu, malaria, hepatitis, and more. So mode of transmission. Zoonosis have different mode of transmission. In direct zoonosis, the disease is directly transmitted from other animals to human through media such as air influenza or through bites and saliva rabies. And transmission can also occur by an intermediate species called as vector, which carry the disease pathogen without getting sick. So how do human beings become infected? So it may be infected either by direct contact or by indirect contact through the fecal matter, urine, blood or saliva. So zoonosis can be transmitted in various other ways such as through air, by eating contaminated meat or produce, through close contact with an infected animal, or by touching an area or surface that an infected animal touched, and through the insect bite like mosquito and ticks. So when human infect other animal, it is called reverse zoonosis or anthroponosis. So prevention: keeping hands clean, washing hands with clean soap and running water, choosing a pet wisely, then preventing bites from the mosquitoes, ticks and fleas, and handling food safely. So these are the common measures we can take or we can prevent ourselves from spreading the disease. So in general, reservoir serves as a source of infection, and zoonosis is a disease or infection transmissible from vertebrate animal to human beings. Thanks.